Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we look at some strong words from Priti Patel on our immigration and foreign criminals deportation policies.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
This gives me hope, but it is a very slim hope, I will say. These words I've heard before, it's actions we need, isn't it? It's titled, Foreign Criminals Jailed for More Than a Year to be Banned from Entering UK Under New Immigration Rules. Priti Patel to announce details of point-based migration system which will replace freedom of movement from January the 1st. About time freedom of movement was abolished. The sooner we're free of the EU and the European Court of Justice, the better. I know these feel like words, but it does mean maybe, just maybe, the Tories are trying to actually be Tories for once. And Priti might be the backbone that they are so badly lacking. We shall see though, shan't we? We're waiting for action, Priti. We'll all be waiting, won't we, everyone? Let's read the article. Priti Patel will announce a ban on foreign criminals sentenced to more than a year in jail from entering Britain when she outlines new immigration rules. I'd actually go further and deport anyone that commits a crime. You come to stay in someone else's country, should you not abide by all of their laws at all times? Just a thought. The Home Secretary is set to unveil details on Monday of how the UK's point-based immigration system, which will now come into effect on January the 1st after freedom of movement ends, will operate. Ministers will be given powers to exclude or deport foreign criminals who have received prison sentences of more than a year, the Daily Telegraph reported. The newspaper said officials will also be able to bar persistent offenders such as pickpockets and burglars, even if they have been sentenced to less than a year. Now, I actually agree with that. I think that's right. I think we should be getting rid of anyone that's been sentenced to jail, and also for persistent minor offences. They're obviously not here to abide by the rules and the laws and our society. I don't see why we shouldn't be doing what that is all about, to be honest. I don't see why we shouldn't be protecting our country like that. The change would mean criminals from the European Union are treated the same as currently happens to those from non-EU countries. Good. Under the present rules, convicted criminals from the bloc can only be excluded on a case-by-case basis. Absolutely ridiculous, that. But hopefully we'll be out soon. The new immigration system is designed to cut the number of low-skilled migrants entering Britain from the beginning of next year. Well, they've been doing a good job of that, haven't they? We've been checking out and watching the Border Force taxi service, but aims to make it easier for higher-skilled workers to get UK visas. People who want to live and work in the UK will need to gain 70 points to be eligible to apply for a visa. Points will be awarded for key requirements like being able to speak English to a certain level, having a job offer and an approved employer, and meeting a minimum salary threshold. Now, we know why the minimum salary threshold. It's because of all of the sweatshops that are being discovered around the country at the moment, isn't it? The health and care visa will provide a route for key health professionals to work in the UK, while a graduate route will allow international students to stay in the UK for at least 2 years after completing their studies. Ms Patel said on Sunday, the British people voted to take back control of our borders. Yes, we did, and they're still letting them in, and introduced a new points-based immigration system. Now we have left the EU. Have we though, Priti? Have we really left the EU if we're still having to abide by their rules? Total lie, that, is it not? If we're having to still abide by their rules and we can't do anything from the 1st till the 1st of January, we have not left, Priti. We are free to unleash this country's full potential and implement the changes we need to restore trust in the immigration system and deliver a new, fairer, firmer, skills-led system from January the 1st, 2021. Britain is open for business and ready to welcome the best and brightest global talent. Sounds very patriotic, doesn't it? Not. We don't need global talent, Priti. We've got talent in the country. Invest in us for once. But what say you? Do you agree with me? Shadow Home Secretary Nick Thomas Simmons said Labour, oh here we go, Labour are going to be throwing in their oar of whinge, would scrutinise the proposals on visas very carefully. The government was rushed through immigration legislation with very little detail in the middle of a global pandemic. Woo! Oh my God, they're stuck records, aren't they? They really are stuck records. They've got 2 wickets to play with. The lurgy being one of them, and here's the next one. There are real concerns that this will cause major problems for our NHS and care sector. Now, I don't know about you, everybody, but I'm getting sick and tired of them using the NHS and care sector, i.e. Labour, as a weapon. At a time when we are still waiting for the government to make good on their promise to scrap the unfair immigration health surcharge for workers who were being charged to access the very services they were keeping going to help others during the toughest of times. That's because you want it from the second they land on our shores. As soon as they go into an hospital, they get full everything. Well, they've not paid in by that point, have they? No, they haven't. So I understand why there's a bit of a debate going on that, and rightly so. Everything should be debated by both sides, should it not? Now, what's my opinion on this? Well, firstly, I'm hoping this could be a turning tide, but that's just because I'm an optimistic sort of guy mostly. The Guardian and Metro test that daily though, I will admit. We need to control our borders 100% better than we are, and it's still down to being in the EU. They lied again. We didn't leave like they said, or we would be able to sort this out now, would we not? This removes more of my faith in any political party to do what's right. I don't need perfect, as I'm sure none of you do. We just want an intent to do the right thing. And at the moment, they and all establishment are failing us, aren't they? In regards to Labour, we can mock their pointless whinging, because that's what it is, it's pointless. They've got no sort of leeway whatsoever. You can scrutinise all you want, Labour, but you handed Tories complete control. It was the easiest Tory winner ever. They did nothing and still smashed them. I guess the people of this country, Labour, are not the lefty nut jobs you try to claim, and don't want Marxist authoritarians forcing more and more control down our necks. Let's see what the Labour scum responded with, shall we? Oh yeah, they want Priti's investigation into the claim of bullying by a little lady on a fully grown man, obviously on an overdose of soy. Rutnam, the soggy-bottomed swamp grouch. I'd be too proud to even say that, even if it was true. Wow, cooked yourself, well done, mate. Obviously, they want Priti removed. So that's a good sign that she's on the right path, is it not? And immediately? Delusions of grandeur still. Labour, you demand and insist nothing immediately anymore. You're insignificant. In fact, even if you didn't go to work, I'm not sure the public would even notice. We are the silent majority, but those times are over in my opinion. Now is the time to say no. Silence is submission to the ideology of identity politics in my opinion. I'm not advocating violence, just words. Speak out. Defend what's right. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think it's all hot air, more words coming from the Tories? Or do you think it's the start of reclaiming our borders? Do you think this will be enacted or just spoken? Let me know in the comments, everyone. Please share it out. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.